Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about doing a little bit of a different video here, because basically what I want to do is I want to talk about the fact that I think No Money Spent is actually finally in like a semi-decent spot in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. So look, I bashed this game a lot, and deservedly so. Like, I'm going to sit here and be honest with y'all about my opinion about this game, but I'm also going to try my best to be fair about it as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously it's not going to be perfect, and the game is not perfect. The game has lots of flaws, and so I will criticize those when they exist. But when there's good to talk about as well, I try to be pretty upfront and honest about that too, and give positive feedback and positive opinions about the game as well when there are good things to talk about. And recently, I do think that No Money Spent has become a lot more attainable and a lot more accessible for the average player. And honestly, that's good progress. Like, I'm not sitting here and saying that the game is in a perfect state, but there is progress that has been made in these last couple of weeks because of the way that the auction house has dropped, because of the amount of good budget card options that have dropped as well. I feel like 2K has finally put us in a decent spot when it comes to No Money Spent style content in this year's game. So before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I'm uploading every single day, tons of consistent daily MyTEAM content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. So first things first, this is the team that I'm running right now. I have spent in the last 2+ months a total of, I spent $200 on Black Friday when Season 3 came out, because I bought level 40 and I bought some packs. That's all the money I've spent in the past season. And I legitimately think, well, not just last season, last 2 months. And I don't think I even needed to spend that. Like, I would not have this team without spending money. Absolutely not. But I think if you're somebody who's grinding the game, consistently playing, and has been taking advantage of some of the grindable content and different rewards and things that have been made available as of late, not to mention all of the good budget cards and things that are available now, I really do believe that for a reasonably attainable No Money Spent squad, you can build the most competitive online team that you've been able to build all year, and it's really not even all that close. Like, I feel like the teams are finally starting to come around to where there's enough budget cards at each position that can compete with top tier cards to where you can really build a top tier lineup. And so we're going to talk about what that would look like in today's video and why that's the case. So first things first, these super packs have 100% brought the market down. The Tis the Season content, these best of MyTEAM super packs, all this type of stuff and all this type of content they've been dropping recently. Look, I'm sure it's making 2K money, but what it has also finally done, it has brought the market down. There are now more buyable pink diamonds and diamonds than there have been all year for affordable prices. Like, you can legitimately build a really, really good team now for probably 500k MT or less, which seems like a lot and it sounds like a lot. And I'm not going to say it's not a good amount of MT, like, it's not a good chunk, no doubt, but it is certainly more attainable than it has been all year to build a lineup that can compete online at a very, very high level, because I think there are a couple of guys at every single position that are buyout cards or even free cards that are very, not just usable, but very, very good. And so I do think that the game mode is in an actually decent spot now, because you can build a super base squad, not to mention they've actually started dropping some decent free content as of late. Obviously, the Winter Festival, like the whole Shaq and Kawhi aspect of it, is very money spent buy only pretty much, right? But they gave away a Dark Matter Snowman on Sunday, so you could get a free Galaxy Opal Hidden Gem. Now, I got Tony Parker, obviously not a good pull, but if you got a good pull, you got a free card that's a Galaxy Opal that you can add to your squad that could be a really good addition. Franz Wagner was 1 pink diamond skull. Diamond Lou Dort was what, a diamond skull or a couple diamond skulls? I forget exactly how much he was, but I exchanged for him as well. Like, we're kind of getting to the point where you can really build such a solid team, even as like just a base lineup. Let me just give you an example of what like a cheap, like a No Money Spent type free to play team could look like right now, just if you've been grinding the game this season, or even, I think, even if you just get on and start grinding now, like even if you're new to MyTEAM, I think you could build a team that really can compete at a very high level very quickly. Because Lonzo Ball and Marcus Smart, those two guys combined, less than 100,000 MT, gives you 2 elite defensive point guards who provide enough size, slashing, shooting, just overall really, really solid secondary playmakers. Obviously, Franz Wagner's a top 2, in my opinion, shooting guard in the game, period, and he is entirely free. Another really good free card you could get. There's a lot of good shooting guard options. Like, if you grinded level 40 in the first few days of the season, you could have gotten this Ron Artest for free. But I mean, we'll just say Lou Dort, throw him in there. Really good jump shot, Good slasher in his own right, another really good defender, another very solid free card that you could throw into your lineup. Small forward position, Rudy Gay is 70,000 MT, something like that. Incredible card, can compete at the highest level. He's my starting small forward on my God squad. Very attainable, realistically affordable card for that position, small forward position. There's other viable small forwards on the auction house that are also super affordable. I don't really have them in my collection right now, but I mean, I could use Diamond Jaime Jaquez still from the Dia de los Muertos event, and he'd be super solid. Or, for example, Pink Diamond Gerald Wallace. This card's 60,000 MT right now. This is a 60k MT elite slasher with a really good jump shot who's an elite defensive card. Actually, he's less than 60k. 57k MT right now for a backup small forward. Like, that's another option right there that could be really, really solid. And I'll just for the time being, I'll just throw Jaime Jaquez in there because he's free. Like, maybe you have a hidden gem that you could use in one of these positions as well to fill spots. Like, all over this team, there's been enough hidden gems that have been dropped throughout the year that you probably have gotten at least a couple of good ones. There's a good chance that you could have potentially gotten a good salary cap hidden gem or mode reward hidden gems or whatever else the case may be to fill a lot of these positions. Power forward position. I mean, freaking Diamond Al Harrington is 25k MT. He can still play at a very high level. Jaren Jackson Jr., who's my starting power forward, obviously my Jaren is extra souped. He's got extra badges and stuff, but that's a card that can still play at the highest level. Is he a buyout? I think he's, how much is Diamond Jaren right now? I think a fully badged Diamond Jaren might not be a buyout, but let's see. Is there a buyout Diamond Jaren? Okay, so Jaren is not quite a buyout. So you know what? Instead of Jaren, we'll replace him with a cheaper power forward. Sorry, I just was coughing, my bad, but I'm back. Like I'm saying, if Jaren Jackson Jr. is a little bit too expensive, we'll replace him with a slightly smaller, cheaper power forward. Jonathan Isaac from today's drop. He's pretty expensive, but he's still really, really good. Can compete at the highest level. Card's going for 90,000 MT or so. He was a little bit cheaper than this earlier. Wouldn't be surprised if he drops in price a little bit further. But there's also a lot of other cheaper power forwards that you could use as well that are going to be good fill-in options. Backup power forward, like I was saying, Al Harrington will get the job done at a very high level. That card is 30k MT right now. Actually less than that. He's close to 25. Like I said, another guy who's really, really good if we're thinking power forward options. AC Green right here. Another really good diamond. Oh my gosh, AC Green's 25k now. Like, this card's 24,000 MT. He can play at a competitive level. Like, okay, let me pull up 2KDB because I have a lineup that's like partially built but not finished right here that I want to go over, basically over like the type of budget lineup you can build. Here we go. Let's just pull this up and let's just, for context, give you all so I can put the whole lineup together. Backup shooting guard, I was saying, was going to be Lou Dort. So we'll throw Lugens Dort in here right there. Backup small forward, Gerald Wallace for 55k MT or whatever he was going for. Power forward, we go AC Green right here. And we go Al Harrington, backup power forward, just like that. And then center, obviously David Robinson, totally free. Backup center, let's say a guy like PJ Brown, who is decently big, good defender, has a great jump shot, really athletic, big as well, does a lot of things really good also. And he's another guy who's going for 30,000 MT. Like, the amount of value there is for so many of these good budget cards now is pretty amazing. And this isn't even including a team like, you could, if you have a little bit more MT, you could pick up a Diamond Kristaps Porzingis or a more expensive shooting guard. Like, there's a lot of really good, even like a lot of these really good pink diamond cards are very affordable right now. This team that I have on screen right now, though, Lonzo, Marcus Smart, we'll say about 100k between those two guys. Rudy Gay, Gerald Wallace, say 120k, so you're up to 240, or I guess 220. AC Green and Al Harrington's another about 50k, so that's 270. And then PJ Brown's another 30k. That's about 300,000 MT to build this lineup right here. Not bad. Not bad at all. And let's look. Like, Kristaps Porzingis, second best center in the game. You can get it for less than 300,000 MT right now. Like, I know that's a good chunk of MT, but it's much, much cheaper than what you would have been able to get a lot of these other cards for. Paulo Banchero, 6'10 small forward. Awesome, awesome card. He's just over 100k MT. Jonathan Isaac came out today. Elite level defensive wing, 6'10 small forward option. He's, like I was just saying, 90,000 MT. There, if you can't tell at this point, you can really truly start to build a squad that can compete at the highest level online, like a tier 1 showdown caliber team, for a reasonable price for the first time all year. No Money Spent is finally at a point where you can actually get good cards that can compete online for affordable prices and build well-rounded, complete teams that can compete without having to spend tons of money or ridiculously absurd amounts of time. Like, if you are brand new to MyTEAM, it might be kind of tough to do this. But if you're somebody who's been playing My Team this year, maybe you've taken a break, maybe you have a couple 100,000 MT on your account, you haven't been playing a while, well, now is a great time to get back into it if you want to, because they're finally actually dropping a lot of cards that have great longevity and can really produce at a high level. And I think No Money Spent now is going to likely potentially be a bit more sustainable throughout the second half of the year as well. So definitely encouraging, in my personal opinion, that No Money Spent is taking a positive turn after a really rough start to the year. And look, I want to give 2K credit when they deserve it. As of late, things have been better for the people who are not trying to spend money and who are trying to compete. And I think things are getting to a better spot now than they were even just a couple weeks ago by a significant margin. So hopefully that continues to happen. Hopefully we continue to get good budget cards. Hopefully we continue to get good grindable free content on a consistent basis. And if we do, I think My Team can start to recover a little bit and get from where it's not the worst game in sports gaming anymore, potentially. I don't know. I would really like to see the mode resurrect. Do I think that's going to happen? I'm not sure. Do I hope it happens? Absolutely. And I think there's a decent chance right now. Things are starting to move in the right direction, which is very encouraging. With that being said, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.